The Adolescent Brain. What Causes Risky Behavior by Mike Van Linden. Adolescence is a distinct period of development between childhood and adulthood, characterized by an increase in experimentation and risk-taking, highlighted sensitivity to peers and other social influences, and the formation of personal identity. The brain goes through big changes during adolescence, while the brain matures and becomes more interconnected and specialized. Myelination is a process of coating the axon of each neuron with a fatty coating called myelin. During this process, myelination strengthens the function of certain neural pathways. However, there is a cost. Plasticity is diminished as the myelin coating inhibits the growth of new connections. Myelination begins in the brainstem and the cerebellum before birth, but is not completed in the frontal cortex until late adolescence. The brain goes through the process of myelination and synaptic pruning, causing some neural pathways to become strengthened while others are removed. This synaptic pruning causes the gray matter of the cortex to become thinner, yet more efficient. The limbic system, which regulates emotion and reward, is linked to the hormonal changes that occur at puberty. This regulates the emotion and reward and is related to novelty seeking and a shift toward interacting with peers. The prefrontal cortex, which is involved in control of impulses, organization, planning, and making good decisions, does not fully develop until the mid-20s. There is a mismatch in timing between the development of the two brain regions. The approximate 10 years that separates the development of these two brain areas can result in risky behavior, poor decision-making, weak emotional control for adolescents. This is a time that is marked with more risky behaviors. Teens often take more risk than adults. According to research, it is because they weigh risks and rewards differently than adults do. Adolescents respond especially strong to social rewards during activities. For adolescents, the brain's sensitivity to the neurotransmitter dopamine peaks, and dopamine is involved in reward circuits. This is possibly why the reward outweighs the risk. In addition to dopamine, the adolescent brain is affected by oxytocin, which facilitates bonding and makes social connections more rewarding. But risk-taking isn't always bad. Novelty-seeking and risk-taking can generate positive outcomes, including meeting new people and seeking out new situations. Separating from family and moving into new relationships and different experiences are actually quite adaptive for society. An important consequence of adolescent egocentrism is a personal fable or belief that one is unique, special, and invulnerable to harm. Because adolescents feel so important to others, they regard themselves and their feelings as being special and unique. Adolescents believe that only they experience strong and diverse emotions, therefore others could never understand how they feel. This uniqueness in one's emotional experiences reinforces the adolescent's belief of invulnerability, especially to death. Adolescents will engage in risky behaviors such as drinking and driving or unprotected sex, and feel that they will not suffer any negative consequences. Self-regulation, or the ability to control impulses, may still fail. A failure in self-regulation is especially true when there's high stress or demand on mental functions. While high stress or a demand may tax even an adult's self-regulatory abilities, neurological changes in an adolescent brain may make teens particularly prone to more risky decision-making under these conditions. In conclusion, due to the underdeveloped regions of the brain that inhibit risky behavior, a heightened sense of invulnerability, and social pressure from peers, adolescents are at a high risk to commit risky acts for which may lead to being involved with the criminal justice system. While the adult justice system is primarily focused on punishment, the juvenile systems are geared for rehabilitation.